We are doing a test of two webcams today. One webcam is the Logitech Brio, the other is the iCoco 2K webcam. If you just want to see which one is which, skip to this part of the video. But before I show which webcam is which, I want to show this split view so that you can decide for yourself which webcam you actually like more. I'm going to run through a bunch of tests so we can figure out which webcam is better. First test is just a standard quality test. If I'm just looking at these webcams side by side, we got the one on the left. I'm gonna say this is the one I like the picture quality more. The lighting seems to be a little more contrasty. Second test, color test. This is an orange box. If we look on the webcam on the left over here, it looks a bit more saturated than what I actually see here. The webcam on the right, this looks closer to the actual color. This is kind of a maroon or dark red color. Actually looks pretty similar on both cameras. So next test, speed test. Camera on the right seems to be faster, which means there's more lag here on the camera on the left. So I would say camera on the right here wins that test. Next test we're going to do is kind of a text or clarity test. I just looked online for this camera on the left. It does not appear to have autofocus. Camera on the right does. There we go. That focused. So this has autofocus. So autofocus, camera on the right is the winner. Camera on the left does not appear to have it. Next test is a darkness test. I'm going to turn off the lights. Now the only light is coming from my monitor. Does not look great on either camera as expected. Honestly, when I look at these two, I don't know which one I prefer. Camera on the left over here seems a bit darker to me. Camera on the right, a bit brighter. Image quality, let's get some wrinkles in my forehead. I don't know which one I like more. So let's go to the next test, which is me turning on my LED lights to see which quality is better. So the first thing I notice here is the highlight bleeding in my forehead. It seems to be happening about the same on both cameras. Now, I don't know if this is going to show up on the final rendered video that you are seeing, but the camera on the right here has some pretty fast flickering. I can see some flickering. Camera on the left here also has some flickering. It is slower though. Overall quality at this point, I think I would go with the camera on the left here. There's flickering in both, but the flickering in the camera on the right here is a little bit worse to me. I don't think you'll notice the flickering as much on this final rendered video, so I will let you decide for yourself which one you think is better. The last test I want to do is an audio test. You can see I've been using this XLR mic for all my audio. Now I want to switch to the webcam audio. So we'll start with the webcam on the right. The audio you are hearing now is coming from the webcam on the right. From the tests I've done in the past, the audio here is actually pretty good, but the gain is a bit low in my opinion. But here is again the audio on the right webcam. Now we're going with the audio on the left webcam mics. The gain is much higher, so I will let you take that for what you want. This is another instance where they're definitely different, but I don't know which one I actually prefer, so you can decide for yourself what you think. The final test I'm going to do should reveal which webcam is which, because only one webcam has auto tracking. So if I do this, it will zoom in on me. So that should have made it obvious which webcam is which. Here on the left, we have the iCoco 2K webcam, and then here on the right, we have the Logitech Brio. I don't know if you're surprised or not. Obviously, each webcam has kind of its own advantages. One is with the iCoco, I can do that, and then it will follow me around. That's a pretty cool feature. So my personal opinion, as I see it now, I think the colors on the Logitech Brio over here are slightly better, but honestly, The image quality I'm seeing right now in this iCoco webcam, I think it looks better. Now, one thing I haven't been able to test because it's really early in the morning is natural lighting. I think if we were to do that, maybe the Brio would look better than this iCoco. But in the tests I've run, I think they're very comparable as far as image quality goes. But the iCoco definitely has some more features, being able to track you and do the auto zoom with your fingers like that, which is something that's pretty cool actually. So right now I have only the Logitech Brio going, and I just want to talk a moment about this webcam. So the reason I'm comparing these two webcams and the reason I have the Logitech Brio here is because I think traditionally the Logitech Brio has been one of the best webcams. Now I think it has a lot of flaws and the image quality is not nearly as good as if you were filming with something like a mirrorless camera or DSLR camera like this. But I think it's a good benchmark for comparing with other webcams. So now we're on the iCoco webcam, and I must admit I've been really impressed with this webcam. While it's not perfect, the image quality on this is one of the best I've seen on the webcams I've tried. I've tried a lot of webcams. The features that it comes with, being able to track you, I don't use these features all that much, but I think it's cool that it has the option to use these features. So I can turn off the tracking feature by going like this, and I know that it's turned off because I see a light on the webcam. So now if I move around, it doesn't track me. But one nice thing about this is I can manually just kind of move it like this and it will stay in place like that. That's really nice if I want to adjust the angle or view of the camera. One thing that kind of annoys me about this camera though is if I try to do the same thing to point it up or down, it always comes back. The other thing I'm not a huge fan of with this iCoco camera is the USB cord is on the side. So I have it kind of lying across my monitor so that the weight of it doesn't drag it down. I don't think the iCoco does as good a job with colors as the Brio does. And the audio is kind of debatable whether it's better or worse. The gain is definitely much higher on the iCoco. I've switched over to the audio on the iCoco webcam so you can hear one more time just what the audio sounds like on this iCoco webcam. And this is the Logitech Brio audio. But there you have it. That is the comparison with the iCoco versus the Brio. Hopefully this video was helpful to you if you were deciding on buying one or the other webcam. I like them both. I'm not going to say one is better than the other. Obviously they have different strengths and weaknesses. One more thing I want to point out, the Logitech Brio comes with software that you can use to zoom in or zoom out and do a few other adjustments. The iCoco does not have software. That is something nice with the Brio. It gives you that option and flexibility. I don't use the software a lot, but it's nice that I can if I need to. With the iCoco webcam, if you want to turn on the features like auto tracking, you have to do the hand gestures and you have to remember what they are. And sometimes they work well and sometimes they don't. Thanks for watching.